We were in a different situation now because normally when you come home, you have only the command and service module. So the only thing we have to get rid of is this service module just prior to entry of the atmosphere. Coming home now, though, we had a dead service module. We had a command module that had no power to it. We had a lunar module that was a wonderful vehicle to travel home with, but didn't have a heat shield, unfortunately, and shortly we'd have to abandon her. Our procedure basically was at about 5 hours to make another short mid-course correction to again change the angle to make sure we had a good angle of entry, and then at about 4.5 hours to maneuver to a position to get rid of the service module. Throughout the night and throughout the days just prior to this thing, the ground, of course, was working feverishly with crews in the simulators and with the engineers looking at the systems to read up to us a set of procedures which we would be able to follow to make a successful entry. Fred and Jack and I practiced these procedures by reading them and then completed them. I think it's amazing the way that people can respond so fast to get this job done.
After a small course correction burn, they jettisoned the damaged service module.
Roger, understand SM Jet 13812. It's not that time critical, Jim. Can we do it at any time, Joe? I think so, but let me check. Yes, Houston, that's affirmative. You can jettison the service module when you're ready. No big rush, but anytime.
So I armed the A system, and I could hear the relays, and nothing happened. And I armed the B system, and nothing happened, so I kind of felt we were home free.
Meanwhile, I'm back in the LEM with an open tunnel, hoping that nothing happens.
And the procedure went well. We used a push-pull method, and Jim and Fred were in the LEM and using the translation controller to give us some velocity, and when Jim yelled fire, I jettisoned the service module. And it went off amidst a lot of debris, which is usual, and Jim began to pitch around to try and photograph it.
Copy that.
We copied that report from Jim Lovell of service module separation at 138 hours, 2 minutes, 8 seconds.
And there's one whole side of that spacecraft missing. Is that right?
It was, to me, sort of an amazing sight. I didn't realize that this whole panel by the high-gain antenna was blown clean off right along the area where the panel normally swings open. I could see the interior. I couldn't see exactly what was damaged. I could see material hanging out from the interior. And about that time, because my description wouldn't be half as good as a good photograph, I reached for my camera. We had 3 cameras. Jack then, knowing that he didn't see anything from his window, started to come down through the tunnel to the LEM, and Fred, meanwhile, had got his cameras ready, and the spacecraft had been maneuvered to a point where the service module was then visible in the front window. And Fred was taking pictures and Jack was taking pictures of the service module, trying to capture some of the damage that we could see.
Next, they got back into Odyssey to jettison Aquarius prior to entry into the atmosphere.
The remainder of the flight went just as the ground had told us to do it. We had kept in that position. I had gotten an alignment which, from the Earth and from the Moon and the Sun, which was good enough to transfer back to Jack an alignment, a rough alignment, so that he could get a very fine alignment in the command module. And at 2.5 hours, he started powering up and getting this alignment. And my only thought then was, as I was sitting by myself inside the lunar module, I could see the Earth because it was the nice big triangular window. Well, Fred and Jack were powering up the command module, and even though it maybe wasn't noticeable to me, it looked like it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I kept yelling back to Jack, how are you coming? Are you doing fine? You know, when can I leave Aquarius? Yeah.
He was a little bit nervous when he kept asking. He kept saying, Jack, how you coming? The Earth is getting bigger. I think he was trying to hurry me, but I don't know.
But Jack did a fine job. He got a very good alignment, which was, I think, accountable for some of our good automatic guidance into a landing. And finally, when he got the alignment and all powered up, by that time, the lunar module looked like just like a packed garbage can. We had the big drogue in, the probe, big bags full of debris that we had accumulated during the 6 days. And I then went from the lunar module, closed the hatch, came on down, and we jettisoned the lunar module.
Odyssey, Houston, we can give you a go if you'll put the logic on momentarily, please.
Okay, the 6 logic is on.
Okay, just copy that, and you are go for fire alarm.
Real fine.
Okay, copy that. Farewell, Aquarius, and we thank you.
This is Apollo Control Houston at 141 hours, 31 minutes into the flight. We've had lunar module jettison. Apollo 13, the age of Aquarius ended at 141 hours, 30 minutes, ground elapsed time.
Okay, LOS in a minute or a minute and a half. At entry attitude, we'd like Omni Charlie. And welcome home.
Thank you.
Apollo 13 should have entered the Earth's atmosphere at this time. Moments ago, we had a report from the retro fire officer that based on his data, a predicted set of coordinates for splash of 21 degrees, 39 minutes south, 165 degrees, 22 minutes west. The period of blackout for the spacecraft should have begun about 20 some odd seconds ago. Apollo 13 should be out of blackout at this time. We're standing by for any reports of Araya acquisition. The Araya, a C-135 type aircraft.
Odyssey Houston standing by, over.
Okay, go over.
Okay, we read you, Jack.
That was Jim Lovell responding with the OK Joe. Correction there, that was Command Module Pilot Jack Swigert.
We're looking at the weather on TV, and it looks just as advertised, real good.
Can we get 2 strokes?
Roger that.
A report of 2 good drogues coming up now for main chutes.
Odyssey Houston, we show you on the mains. It really looks great.
An extremely loud applause here in Mission Control.
Control. Very good. 5.
An extremely loud applause as Apollo 13 on main chutes comes through loud and clear on the television display here.
2.
Roger. Eagle Control, recovery on the visual bearing 190, over. And Eagle Jima 21 has a visual 110. Degrees dash header. Eagle Jima, Roger. Apollo, recovery, over. Apollo 13 is descending through 2,000 feet. Okay, all up to the concur. Jima, Roger.
A report from the Iwo Jima that Apollo 13 is descending at a point 4 miles due south of the ship.
Recovery passing through 1,000 feet. Iwo Jima, Roger. Through 500 feet. Swim 1 on station. Photo 1's on station. Photo 1 observes splashdown at this time. On pickup parity. Roger.
Another cheer in the control room as we had splashdown.
Photo 1 splashdown at this time. The 3 chutes are displaced or in the water. This is Photo 1. I observe the flashing light atop the command module. There, gang, swim 2, your wind line 270. Swim 2, my swimmer's advised. This is Photo 1, the first swimmer has been deployed. They signaled a thumbs up in the water in good condition. Inflation of the uprighting bags estimated to be 40%. The first swimmer is at the command module. Swim here, Roger.
The sea anchor attached to a pad eye on the side of the Apollo 13 command module.
Getting thumbs up. Everything progressing satisfactorily.
This done to slow down the drift.
Has oriented the command module in the customary manner. Accessories. Swim 1 has deployed a swimmer in the water. Swim 2 has deployed 2 swimmers. I see a thumbs up. And the flotation collar is deployed. The uprighting bags are inflated approximately 90% this time. Flotation collar is at the command module. The bungee is being extracted and is being deployed around the command module.
The flotation collar will be pulled around the command module with a bungee cord.
Section of the bungee is being attached to the sea anchor attachment ring. It appears to be satisfactorily connected. The second section of the bungee is approximately 90% around the command module.
The flotation collar will be hooked to a bungee line by a line with rings on the flotation collar, and will be pulled around before it's inflated.
Flotation collar has commenced. It is approximately 20% around the command module. Approximately 60% deployed around the command module. There is no apparent drift of the command module at this time. The swim leader is in the water, thumbs up. Good condition. Situation static at this time. Presently have 2 swimmers in the egress raft and 2 swimmers standing by in the water. The swim leader is standing on the flotation collar, checking the interior of the command module. Viewing windows.
Roger, sir. Would you repeat one more time on item Papa? Was that minus 113 USB? Over. Roger, copy minus 113 dB and single.
Forward of the center line toward the open end to assure that.
Situation is normal at this time. Are standing by while the astronauts make their preparations inside the command module.
This forward center of gravity is designed to assure that an individual being picked up would not tumble out.
Swim leader is opening the crew access hatch. It's completely open.
Roger, we'll send that itinerary to Nandi by telex, if that's okay.
First astronaut is climbing out of the command module and is in the egress raft.
Alright, 2 around control cellular, you a box.
Second astronaut is on his way out, being assisted by swim leader.
And you want that on all ends?
Standing on the flotation collar and is in the egress raft. Followed by the third astronaut peering through the crew access hatch. Standing on the flotation collar and is in the leader is giving the signal for the rescue net. The rescue net is halfway down.
Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
The rescue net is in hand. Resting on the platform. The first astronaut is climbing aboard. Signal has been given. Ready for lift. First astronaut is on his way up. Excellent pickup. No oscillations. First astronaut is halfway up. The first astronaut is at the cargo hatch and is safely aboard the helicopter. His recovery, I have astronaut Hayes aboard. His condition is excellent. Iwo Jima copy. Recovery is in position for the second retrieval. The rescue net is being positioned in the egress raft. The rescue net is in the raft. Is positioned on the platform. The second astronaut is climbing aboard. The signal is given for a rise. Second astronaut is on his way up. Second astronaut is halfway up. Excellent pickup, no oscillations. The rescue net is at the cargo hatch, and the second astronaut is safely aboard. There's recovery. I have astronaut Weigert on board. He reports he feels fine. Iwo Jima copy. Recovery is maneuvering for position for the third retrieval. Flip leader has the rescue net. Is positioned aboard the platform. The third astronaut is climbing aboard. Thumbs up, ready for lift. Third astronaut is on his way up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
astronaut is nearing the cargo hatch. And he is safely aboard 6-6. Recovery. I have Captain Lovell aboard. He reports he feels fine. Over. Uo Jima copy. Recovery is moving left. Photo, you're cleared in for your documentary photography. Photo. Be advised, I'll make a wide circle in order to allow the passengers to get into their flight suits. Roger, recovery.
Hey, FAO. Hey, I'd like to update the story.
This is primary. This is the recovery. We estimate we'll be ready to touch down in 4 minutes. 4 minutes, over. Cherry Tower, roger. is recovery, roger, welcome. Iwo Jima, this is Samoa Rescue 1. This is F1, over.
Yep, I must commend you on your navigation. Welcome on board Iwo Jima. I would like to ask the chaplain to say a real brief prayer of thanks. Let us pray. O Lord, we joyfully welcome back to Earth astronauts Lovell, Hayes, and Swigert, who, by your grace, their skill, and the skill of many men, survived the dangers encountered in their mission and returned to us safe and whole. We offer our humble thanksgiving for this successful recovery. Amen. Face over here.
Now for some additional picture taking. They certainly appear to be in good shape. They certainly appear to be happy. Down into the sick bay, the medical facility now for 3 hours of physical examinations. Now they're on the elevator there now. Fast telephone calls, we assume, to some waiting wives at home. I wouldn't be surprised to see those phones ringing very shortly.
A flag for Apollo 13 has just been placed on the wall in the mission control room.
Yes, sir. Jim Lovell here from the Iwo Jima, sir.
Yes. Are you on the line alone, or your are your other fellows on too?
Yes, Fred Hayes and Jack Slacker here listening too.
Well, I just want to say to you that, as you know, the whole nation is just really wrung out, but enormously happy. Well, you feel all right? Are you?
We're sorry we couldn't complete the mission.
Oh, listen,
We did our best.
You completed the mission, because as I told these fellows, I said, look here, you learned something out of this mission that we needed to know. I mean, we learned something. Do you think you got a good picture of that thing as it went off, the service module?
I hope so, sir. We had 3 cameras just cranking away at it.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm not going to hold you now, but I just want you to know we'll look forward to seeing you in Hawaii tomorrow about, 5 o'clock.
I recall
Captain, that when I spoke to you on the phone, you said that you regretted that you were unable to complete your mission. I hereby declare that this was a successful mission, a great mission on behalf of your country. Your mission served the cause of the space program because of what you did. It means that future manned flights to space, which will be made by our space program, will be safer. Your mission served your country. It served to remind us all of our proud heritage of a nation, to remind us that in this age of technicians and scientific marvels, that the individual still counts, that in a crisis, the character of a man or of men will make the difference. From the start, the exploration of space has been hazardous adventure. The voyage of Apollo 13 dramatized its risks. The men of Apollo 13, by their poise and skill under the most intense kind of pressure, epitomized the character that accepts danger and surmounts it. Theirs is the spirit that built America. With gratitude and admiration, America salutes their spirit and their achievement.
A very proud day for the three of us to be back here, to be back on Earth again. We're very happy to be here. We had some very trying moments in the last week. And I can recall about 1.5 years ago when we were coming home on Apollo 8 and we had looked back on the Earth, and we had mentioned then that the Earth was really the only place we had to go to. It was the only place that had color. It was the only place that we could see in the universe that had life, that had warmth, that was home to us. But I was safely tucked in a nice, warm spacecraft with all systems functioning, and I really wasn't too worried. On Apollo 13, on the way home, the situation was a little different. And I recall the same words that I had said 1.5 years ago, and I wondered just when and how we would get back. But I think the secret was the fact that we have in America something which has always been part of us, and that's teamwork. Just as Fred and Jack and I try to work as a team up there, we had hundreds of people on the ground. They really saw to it that we got back home safely. It was these people who gave us instructions, who tracked us, who watched our systems, that we owe a debt of gratitude to. So, on behalf of the three of us, we're glad to be home, and we're glad to be part of America.
Jim, after 2 days of debriefing, could you give us your estimate of the best probable cause of whatever blew your oxygen tank and ended your mission to the moon?
Jim, I don't think I can. I don't think I'm in position to, because our debriefings so far have been from the crew's point of view. It's unique, but we were only a few feet away from the accident, but the people on the ground had a lot more information via telemetry than we had concerning pressures and temperatures and possible causes of the accident, and have perhaps a better indication right now than we do of exactly what caused it.